Good morning, good morning. It's January 28th, 2026, and this is going to be my market update, guess overview, market watch, and also trade management. So I know I haven't been looking at the charts or paying attention too much, just mainly on Twitter and what people are posting. But right now I was reading about how Hype is now going to put stocks, commodities, and stuff like that on their exchange, which is why they have a huge pump right now, which is good news for Hype on the long term. For the short term, do I think that's going to go all time highs? I don't know, probably not. But for the long term, I think this might be one of these tokens that may survive multi cycle. That's just based off what I've heard because it seems like now a lot of exchanges and indexes are wanting to implement a lot of gold commodities into their dexes or exchanges. So um, I feel like any dex or exchange to start doing that now early, then they're gonna get ahead of the game. All right, so let's see what's going on. First, we're gonna start off with the traditional assets. This is the VIX. Let's see what the VIX is doing. It's going higher, which makes sense why Nasdaq is pulling back right now. We have recovery here on the daily, and let's zoom out, see if they have any more huge thing. That's huge recovery. Okay, okay. On the daily time frame, lower time frames, it's looking like we are going higher. We did break structure here, keeping the lows. So either two things are going to happen with the VIX. Either I anticipate we're going to recover this vector, go down, or we're going to come up here. And if we see the two vector formation, the green and red, up here in this zone again, then it's safe to say we're going to go lower. If we don't, if we completely blow out of here with vectors, then the next area of logical area to recover is this zone up here, which if we do get to this higher time frame zone, which I know on the weekly it's a recovery. Yes. On the weekly it's yeah, that's gonna get recovered. If we close any weekly candles above 22.87, yeah, likely we're gonna go tap to at least 29. And if we do get there, then yeah, I for sure Nasdaq is not going to be near all-time highs, and I'll be buying a lot of here, me personally. So how would that look like? Either if we just recover the vector on the VIX and continuation, then I could see this daily candle kind of close lower, maybe retouch this high and continuation. If we continue lower for the first vector, if not, then it's going to be a deeper retracement and continuation. If we go to that higher time frame and possibly down here for the deeper retracement, because we do have recoveries here, but if we end up attacking this liquidity up here, let me take this out. If we end up attacking this zone up here, yeah, I could see Nasdaq easily eating up this vector zone down here, just trading from this range high back to range low, pretty much. And from there, if we don't see any rejections, continuation lower, then that means that this range is not going to hold no more and we're going to go lower. And how low we're going to go, I don't know. We still have recoveries here. Who knows how low it's going to go? We still have a huge recovery here. I'm not saying it's going to go that low, but who knows? But I do believe that if we don't reverse from this area, then this zone that we're currently trading, this range, yeah, it's going to fail and we're going to go lower. That's pretty much how I'm seeing it. Let's see what Nasdaq is doing. Volume going lower. Yeah, me personally, if I had to, you could short here. We still haven't tapped this high on Nasdaq. But me personally, I wouldn't be buying anything. And if I would be buying something, it would be very. We took that liquidity, so we're going to continue higher. We took this high, the swing structure. If we're going to continue the bullish order flow, then that means we're going to go back to the 50. Worst case scenario, aka probably wick out this recovery and go higher. I haven't looked at my charts for a while, so I might be taking a while analyzing because it's been like a week since I watched this. So we touched this order block up here already, filled it all the way through. Yeah, I mean, let's zoom in closer, analyze what's going on. We already took this high out. Don't need it on the screen no more. Yeah, this is a really big rejection. So if on the lower time frame, so we see Nasdaq creating an M on the highs, yeah, it's safe to say that we're gonna go lower. And if I was gonna target possible buy opportunities as the retracement, then let's see what we have here. Pretty much this area right here will be your zone of interest. From 25.7 to 25.28. Okay. And a possible bounce on this little order block we have here. We have a mini order block here, so we can get I don't think this is going to take us higher. I think we might tap into this first. So possibly something like this, a little minor bounce, continue lower, fill this up, W formation, continue higher. That's the best case scenario if we just retrace to the 50 EMA on the daily. So yeah, right now I'm not buying anything. I would not be going into any longs at all. If anything, I would short. Am I going to short? No, because I would just wait for buys. I don't like shorting NASDAQ. But so far we are bullish structure, huge rejection. So if you want to continue with the trend, you could start DCAing into this order block for the continuation higher. But tight stops. Do not be high leverage, low margin, because we are in the premium, extreme premium section of the ring. This is the most expensive that NASDAQ has been. Okay. All right, that's with NASDAQ. Let's see what's going on with gold. Just going higher. Gold and silver and stuff is going to just keep going higher. I think silver has more upside, to be honest. I wouldn't really be going, at least for investments and long term. If you weren't in the gold move already, then only like short trading gold, as in like short term day trades, swing trades. Don't be holding for investing. You missed the ride. If anything, if you want something more, I guess, investy, I would say silver, because it is very undervalued against gold, and all the people that aren't profiting gold are most likely going to go to silver. All right, so that's what's going on with the traditional assets. And of course, today we have the FOMC, Jerome Powell, and people are very anticipating that they cut or they keep it the same. Me personally, I don't really pay attention too much with the meetings, and I do pay attention, but I'm not making a decision that day. I'll wait till what Jerome says. After what he says, since it's confirmed, I switch my trading ideas. So for example, if he says he's more dovish, as in he's going to seem like he's going to be cutting more interest, then of course risk assets are going to appreciate. So then on riskier assets, as in the NASDAQ, crypto, I will go a little bit heavier on my risk, pretty much tight stops and lose take profits. But if he's going to raise interest or keep them the same, then on my longs, I will be tight stops and tight take profits. Pretty much, I'll be taking profits much sooner. I'm not going to hold for the long run. All right, so looking for a trade here. Honestly, it's too high. Let's zoom in. What's going on here? We are creating a little M. I'll put a little notification here, because if we do get close underneath 5,200, I do think we are going to go at least this order block. And I'll probably look for buys here, if anything, for a little bounce here. Maybe go down lower, or maybe a bounce, retrace, continuation. This could be the retrace, right? Even if this happens, we go lower. On the higher time frames on the daily or on the 4 hour, this is just going to look like a retrace. Even though there's an M break of structure, but on the higher time frames, this is just a clear retrace. So if I was going to look for longs, that's what I'm going to do. If anything, short it, but I don't like shorting these type of stuff. All right, let's switch over to crypto. Let's see what's going on with USDT before I do anything else on crypto. I always look at USDT. This is my #1 indicator for crypto. So let's see what's going on. Same thing, I haven't really been looking at the markets for a bit, so I'm kind of just doing like a fresh overview of everything, how it looks at the moment. All right, let's look at the weekly time frame, what's going on. Obviously ranging, we're going to tie the range. Yeah, we are obviously just in this local range. Yeah. Move up, move down. Yeah. Technically, this is a little break of structure to the upside, but not really. So this can be your retrace continuation higher. So what we need to see, zooming in here. Okay, we are getting that M. Me personally, I'm up on alert here. For me to be bullish, we need USDT to close underneath this low. So you can visually see it better. I will put a tag at 6.13. If we get daily close underneath here, then it's safe to say that we're going to go deeper. Let's see how the fib is looking up here. Okay, so 50%. Yeah, this area will be your last chance of a bullish trend to the upside to continue higher. We did tap this order block. We do have a bunch of liquidity. We took this liquidity here. Yeah, so pretty much for USDT, fairly simple. If we close underneath 6.1, I do think for the short term, it's bullish for crypto. We're going to go higher until we reach pretty much 6% to 5.8%. That will be the last, I guess, for the bears to get into positions if it's going to go higher. Or there's a possibility we could keep just trading this range, because we did take this liquidity. Now, we took this liquidity also. Did we actually? We have leftover. Nope, we have leftover liquidity down here. So we can easily do something like this. Boom. Fake everybody out thinking that crypto is going to keep going higher. Reclaim W formation and continue higher. That can easily happen. And we'll be tapping into this order block. Yeah, that can easily happen. If we see like a quick wick tap into this order block right here, like that, and a reclaim and a strong movement up, yeah, guys, we're not going to see new all-time highs until the end of the year, if I'm keeping you real, because if we take this high, then the only logical area after that is 7.9. These highs, there's a lot of liquidity up here. Yeah. So this is going to be this next, I would say, 2 months. It's going to be a deciding factor if we're going to get all-time highs before the end of the year or by the end of the year. So that's what we're looking for. So since right now we are currently just consolidating within this order block, we took the liquidity, we're going higher, we are currently in bullish order flow, aka bearish crypto. We are creating an M. This is going to be our validation to say that we're going to get more of a pump. So yeah, right now, how I would see this is that longs, currently, if you're going long now, it's a little bit too late because everything's pumping. Light size. And with your shorts, holding for a little bit longer. All right, so let's see what is looking like everywhere else. All right, so crypto, let's check out what's going on. Just a lot more longs make sense. Okay. It's not bad. We are still certainly lower. Let's see what's going on in the order book. We have been buying. We are currently selling. The good news is that we are currently buying. Now let's see if they're gonna keep buying on the pullbacks, because these 3 bars right here, it was on this pullback. So they are buying, but they are selling the way up. The last area where they bought a lot was around this area, which makes it, this is on the hourly. So let me zoom into the hour. The next area of interest where Bitcoin, if it's gonna go higher, is this area right here, which makes sense. It's been a lot of time consolidating. So if we're gonna, they've been buying all of here by the spot order book. If you see that the greens is buying, and if you notice when it's going higher, the price is going lower. So the big people are actually buying. They're buying all this range. The last buy was at the very sweep of this. So this was the last buy. Now they're selling. So it makes logical sense for them to sell into this, where they were buying previously to hedge this buy and possibly continue lower since they already hedged this. So this is lower risk now and continue lower. That's what I'll be looking at right now. So currently on Bitcoin, we are going higher. We are making this trend line right here. Of course, this would be liquidity. Took out these highs, took out these highs. The next area of interest to look for a possible rejection. Yeah, right here. If you get any closes above here, above the zone, especially at daily close, if you get daily close above there, let's see how it looks on daily. Yeah, because that's the most recent high. So if you see lower low, lower high, lower low. So if we get daily close above here, then it's safe to say we're going to attack these highs. And of course, me personally, if we do come back here, if we don't reject, if we do something like this, if we don't retouch these highs and go lower, and instead we break out of here, touch this order block, so we haven't really tapped it into it yet, finally fill this order block, come back and fill these imbalances on this move, then here I will go swing long because I do believe we can easily reclaim. Yeah, 115, 110, that's a very big psychological level. And I could see, I'm still on the boat that we're not going to get all-time highs until the end of the year. So I could see us rallying up here, getting everybody to think that the bull market's back on and continue lower, completely just shit everybody. Kind of repeat what they did over here in this 8-month consolidation. So pretty much I think we are right here. If we are going to continue with the bull market and the bear market is not going to be multi-year, I believe we are right here. So we've been going down. Remember, we trained this range. We trade lower. People are like, holy fuck. We start coming back up. People are getting excited. Oh, here comes all-time highs. And then just like one more quick, just sweep down. And let's be honest, guys. When we zoom out to the weekly, we have a lot of liquidity down here. We haven't really tapped all the order blocks and imbalances down here. And this is I think we're going to at least tap this order block. If this is going to be best case scenario, and we are going to have a short bear market, because mind you, if we're going the traditional idea of crypto the 4-year cycle, then this is going to go for a while, at least for like a year and a half. But this is going to be a short bear market, a shallow bear market. I could see us doing this, coming into this order block. Like I said, if we continue closing up here, coming into this order block, quick move down, completely destroy everybody. Quick wick here, and continue higher. And now this just, and then when you zoom out, this would just look like another consolidation range. Because currently, if that happened and if that happens and we bounce out of this order block, then this whole zone would just look like just another consolidation, accumulating to go higher. All right. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. The levels, if you zoom in, yeah, pretty much above 91K, close above here. Look for longs to target 93.3 to 95K. Invalidation will be closing underneath 86 to 85. Let's see what's going on with Solana. Okay. All right. Solana went to the value area low. We reclaimed it. And also, mind you, this is also a huge place of support. Let me zoom out to the 5 so you can really see it for Solana. Many bounces, a lot of wicks. This is a low. So this is an area where Solana likes to bounce out from a lot. So this can be a huge trade up to at least this order block up here, which is going to be a 60% move. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's very possible. So zooming into the 4 hour, let's see how it's looking. Now, since we're in this very high time frame key zone of support, in this whole consolidation range that we're in currently, as you can see right here, this is the volume profile. We swept the value area low, instantly reclaimed it. Now currently we are on the POC. So I can see us trading in this range from 127 to 122. Let's see. We can get, let me zoom into the 1 hour and see if this structure confirmed. Yes, we got a bigger structure here around the POC going lower. We are feeling this. Let me look at the vectors to see if there's any recoveries. Okay. We have a bunch of liquidity here. Yeah, I could see us doing another pullback. Yeah, I could see us going back to the value area low at 122 and continuing higher. If we're going to go with the same sentiment that USDT is going to close underneath 6.1 and going to continue lower, we'll have huge recoveries above. So Solana would be actually a good area to start building up a trade. Right now wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know your risk management or what your rules are, but building up a trade here, stop loss underneath these lows, target the value area high. That would be a solid trade because you know all this liquidity has been built up. All these highs have not been taken out. I could say safely, we could easily safely target 140. Yeah. I am currently in this trade. I've been building this Solana trade for a while. Let's see what's going on with ETH. Yeah, as you see, everything's kind of looking the same. ETH has a clear recovery, so I do think if we're going to do a quick little pullback, as in, if you remember with the VIX, we're just going to recover, come back. Also with USDT, if we're going to have like a little pump, continue lower, or lower, pump, continue lower, then I could see us going to recover this, start looking for longs, continuation, because ETH also has been going down for a while, has a lot of recoveries. Let's see a quick overview. Hide that. XRP is in discount. Wouldn't be bad to start building up a position. We filled up this wick. There is this huge wick here, so there's a possibility that if we start closing underneath 1.7, we're going to go fill this wick. I do think that's going to happen. If we close again and start continuing lower from 1.7, XRP is going to 1.5 easy. But right now would not be a bad area to start building up a trade. Stop loss under these lows. Target the 50% of this range or this vector recovery up here. Hype. Yep, broke out this consolidation range hard, huge vector. So if I was going to get back into hype, you could have saw my previous position here. If I was going to get back into hype, I'm going to wait until we recover this candle. So on $28, at least at 50% of this range, and then I'll start looking for buys. Master not doing so well. Did reclaim these lows, low W formation. Did we get the closure? Hey, we did get a bigger structure, swept the lows. So you could actually, this could be a decent trade on Aster. I'm actually take it after the recording underneath these lows because if this is going to be confirmed bigger structure, then this is going to be protected lows, and we have liquidity up here. Easily target at least $1. I will target $1. Yeah, or at least this vector recovery. Circle. Let's see how Circle's doing. This is something I'm investing in long term. Oh, that's a huge wick. I don't know if I like that. I'll keep a close eye on this to see how Monero's doing. Monero's been performing very well recently. It's just going lower. Okay. We do have a bunch of places and huge liquidity. I'm not in this position yet. I'm waiting until we see strength or a clear break above. I don't want to catch a knife. You never really want to catch a knife. You want to wait until you get confirmation. Or if you are going to catch a knife, go very light. And yeah, so pretty much overall, I think, let's see what's going to happen with FOMC. But for crypto, I am anticipating at least more of a rally. And let's see if we continue trading this range. But if we close into here and sweep these lows, we're going to go back to recover this vector and this order block, which will bring Bitcoin closer to its 100K and Solana more towards 140. It'll be a good 2 weeks for crypto, I believe. If we come here, sweep this, S&P, W formation continue higher, then yeah, guys, we are pretty cooked. VIX also is going higher. You can't assume that we're going to reject here again, but we are recovering. So once we recover these vectors on the daily, start paying attention to what NASDAQ is doing, and maybe NASDAQ is going to be just pulling back to go higher, okay? For NASDAQ, yeah, I would not touch this yet. I would wait until we at least get to the 50% of this current top premium range and maybe start buying into positions very light, but for sure, if you are patient, wait for this vector recovery because we do have another one down here. Wait until we take these recoveries and then start looking for a buy to target new all-time highs. But yeah, let's see. FOMC is going to be in a few hours, but that's pretty much what we're looking for. And let's see what happens. And I'll be giving an update.